In China, the day doesn't begin with sunlight. It begins with motion. Before the rest of the world even opens its eyes, production lines across this country are already alive. Steel is being poured, batteries assembled, and machines calibrated to operate with near-perfect precision. What looks like ordinary factory work is actually something far more complex, a system designed to run continuously without pause. Today, China produces over 28% of everything manufactured on Earth. That's nearly 1 out of every 3 physical products. And it's not just the volume that stands out, it's the coordination. Every component, every process, every shipment is part of a larger network. But what makes this even more remarkable is the speed at which it happened. In just a few decades, China transformed from a growing participant into the central force of global manufacturing. So the real question isn't just about production. It's about how China built a system so vast that it now shapes the rhythm of the entire world. At the beginning of the 21st century, China's factories looked very different. Production relied heavily on manual labor. Assembly lines were dense, repetitive, and focused on cost efficiency. At that point, China accounted for just 6% of global manufacturing output, a growing force, but far from dominant. Then came a transformation few could fully predict. Instead of following a slow, incremental path, China accelerated. Investments poured into infrastructure, technology, and industrial expansion. Factories multiplied, supply chains tightened, and production capacity surged. By 2024, that 6% didn't just grow, it expanded beyond 28%. A shift so massive it redefined global manufacturing entirely. And while other nations debated and adjusted, China continued building, relentlessly, quietly turning itself into the backbone of global production. So the question becomes unavoidable. What exactly did China build during those years that made catching up so difficult? At the core of China's industrial power lies something fundamental. Steel. China produces over 1 billion tons of it every year, more than half of the global supply. This isn't just a statistic, it's the foundation of modern infrastructure. Every bridge, every skyscraper, every transportation system relies on this output. And China produces it at a scale no other country can match. This level of production allows China to build faster, expand further, and respond to demand almost instantly. Cities grow, infrastructure spreads, industrial capacity multiplies. But steel is only the starting point, because China didn't focus on just one industry. It expanded across many, building layers of dominance that reinforce each other. And when those layers connect, they create something much more powerful than individual factories. They create a system. So the question becomes clearer. If China controls the materials that build the world, what happens when it also controls the industries built on top of them? Along China's coastline, scale becomes impossible to ignore. Shipyards operate at a level unmatched anywhere else. Multiple vessels are constructed simultaneously, each one massive enough to carry thousands of containers across the globe. In a single year, one Chinese shipbuilder can produce more total vessel tonnage than entire industries in other countries have built over decades. That's not just efficiency, that's dominance. China now leads global shipbuilding, supplying the majority of the ships that move international trade. And those ships don't just transport goods. They define how goods move. Because when China builds the vessels, it influences the entire logistics network. Routes, costs, timelines, all shaped by the systems China has built. This isn't just manufacturing, it's control over movement itself. So the question expands. If China builds the ships that carry global trade, how much of that trade ultimately depends on China? China's industrial dominance doesn't just power the present, it's shaping the future. Across its deserts and industrial zones, China has built the largest solar manufacturing system on Earth. Around 80% of the world's solar components are produced here, from raw silicon processing to finished panels. This isn't just about scale, it's about control over the energy transition itself. As countries shift toward renewable energy, they depend on the very system China has built. Solar farms across continents are powered by panels that trace back to Chinese factories. And China didn't just invest early, it invested heavily. Billions directed into expanding capacity, lowering costs, and accelerating production far beyond global demand, which creates a powerful dynamic. China doesn't just participate in the clean energy revolution, it enables it. So now the question shifts again. If the future of global energy depends on Chinese manufacturing, what kind of influence does that give China over the next phase of human development? China's dominance becomes even more visible when you look at electric vehicles. In a single year, China produced over 13 million EVs, more than half of the global total. But the real advantage isn't just in the cars themselves. It's in what powers them: batteries. China controls roughly 75% of global lithium-ion battery production. Entire ecosystems of companies work together, designing, producing, and scaling battery technology at unmatched speed. Even when other countries manufacture electric vehicles, they often rely on Chinese battery systems. And while competitors are still building their first generation of large-scale factories, China is already advancing to the next. More efficient, more scalable, more affordable. This creates a gap that doesn't stay still. It widens. Because every year China improves its technology while maintaining its massive production scale. So the question becomes harder to ignore. If the future of transportation depends on batteries made in China, who really controls the road ahead? China's manufacturing power doesn't stop at production. It extends into movement. The port of Shanghai handles more containers than any other port on Earth. And it's not alone. Multiple Chinese ports rank among the busiest globally. But it's not just about size. It's about efficiency. Goods move through these ports with incredible speed, supported by advanced logistics systems and seamless coordination. And then there's the rail network. China has built the largest high-speed rail system in the world, connecting inland factories directly to coastal export hubs. The result? A supply chain that moves faster than most countries can even process. Products don't just get made, they flow. And when production and logistics operate as one unified system, the advantage compounds because speed reduces cost and cost drives dominance. So the question becomes critical. If China controls not just how products are made, but how fast they reach the world, how far ahead does that put it? For years, China's manufacturing success was explained by low labor costs. But that explanation no longer holds. Today, China is leading a shift toward automation at an unprecedented scale. Hundreds of thousands of industrial robots have been deployed across its factories, transforming production into a 24-hour operation. No fatigue, no inconsistency, no downtime. These systems run continuously, producing with a level of precision and efficiency that human labor alone cannot achieve. But what makes this even more powerful is the combination. China didn't replace its workforce, it enhanced it. Engineers, technicians, and operators work alongside advanced machines, increasing output while maintaining control. This creates a rare advantage. Massive scale from the past, advanced technology for the future. And when those two combine, they create a system that's incredibly difficult to compete with. So the question becomes deeper. If China's advantage is no longer just about cost, but about technology and scale combined, how does anyone close that gap? Beneath China's manufacturing dominance lies a layer most people never see. Critical materials. Lithium, cobalt, graphite, rare earth elements. These are the building blocks of modern technology. And while many countries mine them, China processes most of them. In many cases, China controls around 70% or more of global refining capacity. That means raw materials from across the world are often sent to China to be transformed into usable components. Without that step, they're useless. This creates a powerful form of control because China doesn't just manufacture finished products. It controls the stages that make those products possible. From batteries to semiconductors, entire industries depend on this process. So even when production happens elsewhere, the dependency remains because the supply chain still runs through China, which leads to a critical realization. If China controls the middle of the supply chain, it doesn't need to control everything. It just needs to control what matters most. So what happens when that control is used? China's manufacturing story isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. Even as other countries invest billions into rebuilding their industries, China continues expanding. New factories, new technologies, new supply chains. The gap isn't closing, it's growing. Projections suggest China could approach nearly half of global manufacturing output within the next decade, from 6% in 2000 to potentially 50%. That's not just growth. That's transformation. And the most difficult part to replicate isn't the factories or machines. It's the system. Decades of experience, deeply integrated supply chains, and a workforce trained at an unmatched scale. This isn't something you can build overnight. It's something you build over generations. And that's where the real advantage lies. So now the final question isn't whether China leads global manufacturing. It's what that leadership means for the future. And more importantly, what happens next? If you want to understand the real forces shaping global power, technology, and the future of industries, subscribe to the channel now. Because what you've just seen is only the surface, and the deeper story is already unfolding.